This was the only market that was closer to the three dungeons. Barefoot and half naked, with no food, with no water. Thousands of them died along that journey.
Hello guys, welcome back to an episode here on Scanty Explores, and this is Latif. As you know, central region of Ghana is one of the hubs where slavery took place because there's a Mina Castle here and there's also the Cape Coast Castle. But one place that has intense history about slavery that is not mentioned is the Asen Manso slave market. And we are here at Asen Manso to discover what really happened on this land. This land has so much history that I know most people who even know about slavery don't know about this place. But we are here to explore and to listen what really happened on this land. Join us and let's explore. Yeah guys, so we are finally inside the Asen Manso slave market and we are here with a guide who is going to take us through all what happened here so many years ago. Please, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please, what's your name?
My name is Kofi Ameni.
Okay.
And I'm the site manager.
Okay, all right.
Yes, and today is a day that I've seen your group coming over.
Okay.
And we are here to tell you what really happened at Asen Manso during the transatlantic slave trade. It is very heavy on our mouth to say the pains that our ancestors endured on this land. But if we don't talk about it, no one else will.
Yeah.
So this afternoon, we are at Asen Manso slave market. Asen Manso, once upon a time, was one of the slave markets that existed during the slave trade. This market was not the largest market, but Asen Manso became the busiest market. It was the busiest market because this was the only market that was closer to the three dungeons.
Okay.
Fort Amsterdam, Cape Coast, and Elmina.
Okay.
Now, Asen Manso was taking captives that were traveling all the way from the northern part of the country, from a market called the Salaga slave market. So the distance alone from Salaga to Asen Manso was over 400 miles.
Wow.
Now, many of our ancestors also crossed countries in order for them to get to Asen Manso. So those that were captured from Mali, could you imagine how many miles they could have walked?
So there were slaves that walked all the way from Mali to here.
And they were in chains and shackles, barefoot and half naked, with no food, with no water. Thousands of them died along that journey. How many of us standing today can even work for 2 days with no food and no water?
All right, guys, yes, I know a lot of you guys want to travel, and I want to introduce to you this platform that has made our traveling easier. That is www.wakanow.com. Their number is on your screen. If you are seeking for a travel and tour agency that is going to help with visa application process, e-visa, flight, accommodation, airport, or any tour packages that you are looking out for, reach out to wakanow.com because they are out there for you because they have been making our travel easier. They have tour packages to various countries in the world, including Dubai, SA, Mauritius, and a whole lot. Just reach out to Wakanow. Their number is on your screen. And trust me, they are really going to make your traveling, insurance, everything, safety easier. My name is Scanty. Now let's go back into the video.
I'm talking about people that might come from your family, your siblings, your relatives. In history, we're told from our family that many of them were taken away. And those that were taken away, we never even learned about it. And today we are learning how they tore this journey. While they were coming, many historians are estimating that from 40 to 60% might have died in the interior. But for me, I don't believe that 40 to 60 would have died. I am looking at over 80% dying. Because you just have to put yourselves in there and you realize you cannot survive this for 4 months. While they were coming, they were marching through the forest belts of the country. So in 2005, there was a research that was conducted. My granny told me about it, but I didn't know the exact place she was talking about until 2005 when a project was announced to trace the path that the enslaved Africans used. Now, many of you here today are coming from Ghana. And could you believe that they walked through this path, through the Mole National Park, in order for them to get here? Mole is a nature reserve. So imagine you walking through that forest in chains and shackles. Our ancestors saw the danger. They were scared, but they cannot run away from it. They stood and the danger came to them. Many of these animals fed on them because they were used as bait in the forest. So when the animals are coming and they are chained around trees, the animals go to that direction and they fed on them. The few ones that could continued until they landed here at this market. When they landed here, the market goes all the way to the community. But the reason why this area has been confined is because this area has been identified to have been the slave cemetery within the slave market. So from the edge of the grass all the way to the river, we are walking on the remains of our forebears.
Wow.
That was when you were coming through the main gate. The gate itself looked very short. So almost all of you entered like this. Yes, unconsciously, you've already paid your respect to the land. When they landed here at this market, this was where they were properly fed. Broken bottles and sharp objects were used in shaving them, after which they were made to walk to the river in order for them to take their last bath. The riverside was where they went to their auction and they went to their branding. But those that could not continue with the journey, they decided to stay. And they have waited on this land for the past 500 years now. So today, as we are standing on them, all that we can say to them is may their souls rest
in peace.
In peace. From Asen Manso, they took them all the way to the dungeons just to await the slave ship. They stayed in the dungeons for 3 months. And the slave ship arrived. Now, when the slave ship arrived is the day that we have been taken away from our land to a land unknown. But before you could get onto the slave ship, there was a door that they all crossed. And the name on that door was the door of no return. The door is simply telling you, you're never going to come back again. 12.5 million crossed those doors across Africa. None of them came back. But in 1998, the door of no return needs to be changed because words are very powerful. But how can this door of no return be changed? It is just about us bringing the remains of our 2 ancestors back home. And when we bring their remains back, for them to re-enter the door of no return, that door could be changed to the door of return. So on the 31st day of July 1998, we had the remains of our 2 ancestors being brought over to us. From the right, her name is Madame Crystal from Kingston, Jamaica, representing the West Indies. Wow. In the middle is Samuel Carson from New York, US of A. So on the 31st day of July 1998, the 2 remains of our forebears re-entered our country through the infamous door of no return at the Cape Coast Dungeons. When they came out from the door of no return, the door was changed to the door of return. And the door was made bigger because those of you that will be coming through that door will be more than those that were stolen. The following day being the 1st of August 1998, the 2 were buried here. And that is why we as a community, we celebrated our first ever Emancipation Festival. And yes, and just a few days, we celebrated the 27th Emancipation celebration because our brothers and sisters have made it back. 2019 in Ghana was the year of return celebration. So the Prime Minister of Barbados, she also excavated most slave cemeteries and all the remains that she had in a beautiful casket on the 11th of November, 2019. And that's the 3rd tomb you see over there.
So that tomb contains like more than
one
person.
And immediately after the burial, groups also petitioned that they wish to be buried here. So inside this graveyard has been given out. And today we have 579 ashes on this land. The trade was abolished in 1807, but not slavery. Slavery has not been abolished. It has rather evolved into a new form. And today we have moved away from slavery in chains and shackles to mental slavery. Now we're going to make a short walk, which this tour is going to be more spiritual because we're walking on the exact path our ancestors did. That was where we don't walk on that path with our shoes on. When we get there, I will tell you, and we're all going to drop our shoes. So please, come with me. You see the path we are walking on.
Okay.
It is called the ancestral route. Thousands of them walked through this path. It was only hundreds that returned. The rest were all killed and buried.
Wow.
Today they have invited us to walk with them on the same path that they took. So for us, we treat this path with respect. And that is why we walk barefooted, in order for us to be grounded. So for us to make this journey to the river, this is where, as a form of respect, you just lower your shoes right here, and let's make a short walk. So just knock.
We have to knock?
Yeah.
Wow. So all this is to show that there are more spirits of the dead here.
So the red is basically the blood that the enslaved Africans poured on this land.
Okay.
And the black is, we use this moment to mourn them.
Okay.
And to call on their energies.
Okay.
Whilst we meet them at the river.
Guys, if you are watching this, I think you are watching this with heavy hearts, but I can tell you the feeling in here is quite different, right? I think the air, you can feel that something indeed really happened here. The air here is definitely different. The place is serene and very, very quiet. You can see the red, as you explained, the red and then the black symbols on the woods here are to mourn our forefathers who were captured and took away. Yeah.
Yes, and as we are walking barefooted on this land, it is asked for us to be grounded. And the most important thing, we are not enacting what our ancestors went through. No, we are just telling them that if it wasn't for them, we might not be here.
Okay.
So we are at the Slave River. If you had visited during the peak of our rainy season, everywhere you'll be flooded.
Wow.
That is why we use the bamboos as demarcation, so that when it gets flooded, we use ropes to surround the bamboos so nobody crosses to the river. Yeah. Now, when the captives landed in here, if they've worked for 7 months to be here, and you are a female, we are looking at 7 menstrual cycle. So the first month, the blood comes on them, it dries on them 7 times in 7 months. Now, when the ladies landed in here, they realized that the blood has formed like a layer on their skin. And was so very difficult for you to wash it off. So they wanted to use a sponge to bathe them. But where would they get a sponge? So they only look for a substitute, and they use the bamboo leaves. The bamboo leaves is what they use to bathe the captives. So imagine if this how sharp and thick it is. When they do this, it's easier to scrape all the dirt. And after taking all those dirt off, you realize that many of them have bruises over their body. So when they brought them in here, many of them were bathing in that side of the river, and many of them were committing suicide because of the rocky nature. So the captives stopped them from bathing. The raiders stopped them from bathing in this river, and they only concentrated to bathe them at this part, because this part is very sandy. Later they knew that the river are not just a river, they are 2 separate rivers. When you observe carefully, you're going to see this part of the river is very stagnant, and that part is flowing. Now, the name of this river became the Slave River, Donko Nsu. And that is the male energy. And the other river is Emisa Oche, Ana Ama Emisa. That's the female version. So when the diaspora comes today, we don't touch this river. This river is a river to do so many things. So we don't touch the energy of the river. So when the diaspora comes back, they don't come back as their last birth, but they visit the river as their first birth of return. And that is why I'm going to walk you down to the river. In order, if you have a coin, just put your wish on a coin and just drop it in the river. So please come with me.
Guys, I think this is a very, very sad day. I mean, I've been in Ghana for how long, but I never knew a place like this even existed, right? The Slave River, where our forefathers had to take their bath before they were being taken to the dungeons. If you are watching this, make sure you kindly like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also share this video. I mean, if you are watching this and there's anyone that you want them to hear this story, you can share the video to them. And if you want to come and experience this for yourself, you can come to Asenmanso Slave River. I know a lot of Africans outside definitely are going to be touched by this story. So like this video, subscribe. You can also let us know your comments in the comment section. Oh, shit.
Yeah, there is a cannonball in a chain that was found in the river in 2005 by a group of diaspora that visited. When they found it, it has been here for over 23 years. Now, when you look at this wall, it's the wall of return. Previously, we would allow you to put your name on this wall in order to give some consideration for the community. But now we stop putting names on this wall because the wall is in a bad shape. So we can put our name. We are working on it to make it a better wall.
Okay.
So the next time you come, not you, but if you're a diaspora, your name will be on this wall to welcome you back home.
All right.
So with this last information for today, we bring the tour to an end. Wherever you are from the world, whenever you want to visit Ghana, you can contact my brother in here.
Yeah. You know, Scanty Explores, you can just contact us, and then this emotional and spiritual experience, you definitely have to get this on your wish list too. Yeah.
So thank you very much, bro.
Thank you so much for taking us through. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So this has been a very, very wonderful experience. If you watched to this point, kindly make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel Scanty Explores. Subscribe, like this video, share this video, and we'll see you another time. Make sure if you are in Ghana or anytime you want to come to Ghana and you want to visit this place, kindly contact us. Scanty Explores. See you on another episode. Bye-bye.